Well, welcome to the Shine On Collective podcast. I'm Kara.
I'm Alethea. And we're drinking middle of the afternoon coffee.
Yes. Here to unpack our day and our beautiful weekend that you hosted.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a few episodes about a retreat that Alethea was going to be hosting here at the Gladius the Show Ranch. And this weekend was it.
It was it. We just came inside, actually, like an hour or so ago.
Yeah, from the blowing heat.
Mm-hmm. Was March in Vegas, and somehow we've hit 100 degrees already.
Yeah, that's got to be some sort of abominable record.
I thought I was playing it safe having the retreat in March, and I mean that's like some of the best weather in the world is like early spring in Vegas.
Yeah,
like
on any given normal year.
But... No, it hit 100 last week. We were in like 95, 95, 95. I kept watching the weather. I was like, oh, it's going to be bad.
Cue the misters.
So we got lucky. Everybody had the flexibility to like at least move up to 7 a.m. start time. And it was nice in the mornings.
It was beautiful in the morning. Yes, thank you so much for putting that all together and inviting me to be your guest here for it. It was
Oh my God. I'm so glad that you came. I did this retreat last year, and that was the first retreat that I ever hosted. And I don't have the desire to have people out at my ranch and teach them, especially like deep work with the horses all the time, because it's taxing.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot out of you to offer that kind of thing. But the amount or the ways that horses can heal you and the ways that you can participate with horses in healing is amazing, as you know. And I wanted to find a way to like package it to at least offer it once a year. So I'm really glad. Last year it was really cool. I learned a lot and got to kind of dip my toes in as the leader of a retreat. And then this year got to expand it and just make it a little bit better. So.
And you just did the 1 day last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, last year was 1 day. This year we expanded it to 2 days. And then I brought in Alina, who is one of our Gladius the Show performers and just amazing horsewoman, Liberty trainer, to join forces with me.
And what a force it was. You both really did an impeccable job at preparation and guidance throughout the whole thing, and the flow of all of our engagements was really fluid, and just a lot of space for the presence that's required to like be in relationship with the horses. So yeah, I've really just appreciated the structure that you guys put and just all the intention and all the love that goes into putting something like that together for others.
Yeah. I was talking after too a little bit with Sabrag, and he was saying like sometimes those experiences aren't all really fun for people because it's also a little bit confronting.
Isn't it?
Which obviously, you know, some people are used to, like you or I could go into a group of many different kinds of groups and openly talk about some of the healing we've been doing because it's our favorite topic. We love talking about this shit. We started a podcast on
Sure, right. Zero problem with expression in that department, right.
But for some people, it's a little bit more difficult. One, to openly share their feelings with others, and two, to take the magnifying glass to their life and be at an experience specifically for getting better or
to move forward through any roadblocks or any obstacles that have been placed in your life for you to learn through.
So it was cool. It's cool to use the horses for that because I don't want to say they create a buffer, but they create the mirror, like the experience where you're able to see yourself reflected, but it's not a abrasive, like forcing, like
no, more of a sounding board. It's more a receivership that they're in. Just allows it kind of absorbs what you're giving them and gently shows it gentle back to you. Yeah.
And that's what I love about them. And I've learned, and you've learned over the years of being with horses, because you've ridden horses your whole life and I've ridden horses my whole life, is that they can offer us so much. They can offer us a shoulder to cry on and an ear to listen to, and that reflection of us,
And yeah, a lot of challenge if you want.
and
Yeah.
empathy and boundaries, and the list goes on.
I mean, the reason the retreat was named as such, Mirror of the Soul, because it gives you the opportunity to bare your soul without judgment, but with just honest reflection. And like you said, that's really confronting for some people, to bear witness to their state of authenticity. What level is that at, and where am I not honoring myself in my daily life? Something like this gives you a really unique opportunity to see your life from a different perspective, and just your energy, how your energy affects the space around you. The ether is so present between you and the horses. You can almost feel that plasmic push and pull, especially with the Liberty work.
Yeah. Even me, as the person that was supposed to be teaching everything, we had everybody out in one of the pastures, and everybody kind of picked a horse, and we were just closing our eyes and getting in sync with their energy and moving around them. And I was taking video because I wanted to have video of my retreat. So I was like participating in the exercise and also jumping out and taking video. So I wasn't fully involved. And it was showing me how, like, your lack of presence causes these other things, you know, because I would take my mind off of the horse I was with for a moment, and she would leave. There would be a huge disconnect or this or that. And I was like, okay, Alethea, this is a mini lesson for you of like the need of always keep coming back to your present and not being distracted and taken away into other things. And that's been a big lesson for me over the last year. But now that my life has shifted, there's forward motion again in everything that I'm doing, I am finding myself dabbling in all the things and being a little bit not present.
Yeah, and to be in a moment like that, to recognize that your internal state isn't as steady and as present as it could be, so it's more put off center by the external and by external distractions, and how even external distractions are a result of your lack of center almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they are. And that was a good exercise. A lot of the exercises I feel like required presence. You were doing yoga on horseback.
That I did, first time.
Which was awesome.
It was really interesting. I was journaling about it after our day yesterday, and how just the difference between, so we, opened the morning up with doing yoga on the ground, just getting grounded and centered in our own energy, and opening up our flexibility and practicing certain yoga moves that we would take from the ground onto the horseback, and almost how there was a little bit more ease on horseback than there was on the rigidity of the ground. The movement of the horse allowed that sway and allowed that you to notice where imbalance is and how to correct it. They just like helped you move through the pose, I felt like, a little bit more fluidly than you might be like on the ground.
Yeah, there's no it's almost like a no impact, like you think of a runner having impact versus like swimming. Where it's like fluid in the water. And if you really do surrender to the horse and you're used to being on a horse, it's like, oh wow, like this feels really good in the body.
Yeah, to, like you said, kind of let them move you, and to really move into that passenger space where I'm just going to know my center and allow myself to move with the undulations of the horse as you go through different exercises. It was really cool.
It is cool.
Really fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I spent many years of my life competing in the gymnastics on the horses, the equestrian vaulting and everything, and I just really think it's the best way to learn how to just be on a horse and become the good passenger and really get into their energy field and their movement without having to worry about being in their mouth or steering or doing all these things or riding correctly in whatever style you're trying to do. So I love to teach it at the retreats. I think it's really a useful thing.
It is. Well, because it's an incredible exercise in trust and presence, connection, and those are all things that you can take personally into your own inner life and into, out in the world with your external life. So incredible lessons that can be learned through that energetic exchange that is offered in that space. Yeah, really beautiful to open myself up to it and be met in such a way by the animals. The amount that they tell you without saying a word was really profound. Really, really profound.
We actually have like voices that we give each of our horses here at the ranch.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Because their personalities are ridiculous, like my horse Renata, I don't do her voice right, but Alina has like the best voice for her, and basically it goes something like, "Hey bitch, where's your fanny pack?"
Ooh, yeah.
Because Alina always wears a fanny pack full of treats.
Oh.
And so they all just have like their own, they're just extensions of our family. They are our family members.
Totally, and they each have their own personalities, their own desires, their own wants and needs, and their own way of showing you where you're off center or where your presence is needed more. It's so easy to get distracted in any moment, and to have that like anchored mirror. You step out of the mirror, all of a sudden you can't see yourself. Whoa, okay, so called you back.
Yeah, they're great.
Definitely.
It was a fun weekend. It's been interesting for me, like stepping into the role of leading something like that. And at the end of our circle, our time, we just wrote down some things that we wanted to let go of, or the energy we wanted to step out of. And one of mine was feeling like I was the kind of person that couldn't be in a leadership role. Because that's always been something that's really hard for me. I could have decades of experience with something and I still feel like I don't know anything and I am not qualified to teach it. And I don't, it's wild. Like, I think a lot of people are like that with 100%. The imposter syndrome and like, how do you make yourself do it, And so this time in my life where I've been wanting to go more into teaching and offering these things, it's like I've really had to psych myself out and like believe my friends and be like, no, I'm going to do it anyway, even though I don't feel qualified. And I feel a shift in my voice and my tone, and I'm feeling a shift in the way I'm conveying things to people that sounds more like a leader. And I'm happy. I'm so proud of myself for that because it's taken a long time to be able to feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, the confidence came through really strong in your leadership this weekend, even though I know you on a few different levels. I know your silly side and your like, a lot of different iterations of you, but to really see you what felt like effortlessly step into that leadership role and exude confidence in it. And it's inspiring and gives other people the confidence to do things that are otherwise scary, because what we did here this weekend isn't something everybody will find it's not a situation everybody will find themselves in. So
they're not going to be standing on horses while they're running around.
Definitely just a really unique experience. So to have that sort of guidance from somebody that's exuding the confidence instead of pandering to your insecurities, they're just walking with confidence, and you don't really have a choice but to walk behind them with confidence or bow out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's true.
Really inspiring. So thanks for listening to all of us and just accepting it. Because
it makes me wonder, like, the phrase always comes to mind, like, fake it till you make it. And there is something to be said for that, because do you feel like when you're scared of something, you're feeling like you're not good enough? Do you feel like it's better just to go for it? Or do you feel like you finally get there through a series of building yourself up? Like, because so many people struggle with imposter syndrome.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Myself included.
Yeah. Totally. Like, what is your experience? Like, do you feel like you've had to just jump in feeling unprepared, or?
I think, I guess there's two different ways that can go. There's one side where I do see the compound interest of experience and wisdom that breeds a confidence and breeds a an understanding of what you're giving out. It's
Yeah.
like being a salesman. If you don't know everything about the product that you're selling, and
Yeah.
if
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't understand and really believe in the product that you're selling,
Yeah.
it's much more difficult to pitch that sale.
Yeah.
Just kind of like with teaching, it's like, no, I do know about all of this. So once I click in and get into flow, it starts to just come out. But there are other scenarios where I feel like that confidence to just say fuck it and jump.
Yeah.
Doing that does that. It builds that confidence and that compound interest of, okay, all right, that wasn't so bad. I jumped in the deep end of the pool type of thing. Like, whew, wasn't bad, didn't drown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy because all the, being online now, there's so many people that are trying to do every kind of business, trying to do retreats and help people and whatever. And I have personally known people that have offered things that I know for a fact that they don't have a lot of knowledge about, confidently offered it.
Interesting.
And so there's like a level of discernment now where we're looking at things like in spiritual teachers. Like, we all know that this world can be really like wackadoodle. So who knows who the hell we're coming across?
Totally, sure.
So you have to kind of be careful, right? Because I've seen a lot of spiritual teachers just be totally out of their minds. So it's just funny to me, that there can be people that, in my judgmental opinion over here, feel they have no business teaching that.
Sure, yeah.
And the level of confidence is just off the charts. And then there's people, like specifically me with horses that feel like I'm not qualified to do this, but I've actually
You've been doing
have
it for
all the
20 years.
qualifications
Yeah,
needed.
exactly. Yeah.
It's just
what
amazing.
Is that? Yeah, it's like, where does your confidence come from with a pure lack of knowledge when I'm over here with pure knowledge and a lack of confidence? Like,
it's weird.
It is interesting how that blockade gets placed or removed.
Yeah.
You wonder, and maybe it is just arrogance, and that's not a quality that either of us embody, is arrogance, which is very different than confidence.
Yeah.
And arrogance creates a bull energy out of whatever it is that they're doing, and they just power through it. And I know I've sat in rooms and listened to people talk or gone to spaces and, received what's being offered and been like, ooh.
It doesn't, like, it kicks you out.
It does,
energetically.
yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. It's almost like, if you want to relate it to something for me, it's like relating it to like an MLM.
Totally,
like
though.
Some kind of pyramid scheme.
I got this like vibe that, or that they were just trying to sell me something. That the authenticity behind the genuine desire for other people to thrive and evolve and feel better is completely void. And all there is the desire for,
the money,
self-exaltation. Yeah. So they're there for themselves. They're not necessarily there for everybody else, but it's really easy for people to play it up in their mind that they are, doing something good and healthy for other people when you might not have even taken the time to really analyze that from a self-aware perspective before you got on your soapbox type of deal. So,
and I'm also not saying the answer is that we should compare ourselves to everybody else out there trying to do everything, because we shouldn't. Like, we shouldn't care about anybody else's
No,
doing.
It definitely shouldn't be the blockade from stopping you, but I do think that it is indicative of healthy self-awareness to say, okay, like, what is this inside of me that's feeling this way? Or what is it that I felt in that space that is pushing me out or causing resistance that, know, is it positive? Is it negative? Is it my ego that's playing on
what is
me?
this?
To
is
unpack
it
and to consistently ask why 7 times down the line until you get to the root of what you're feeling. So in the spirit of that, I think that comparison can be healthy, but on the alternative side, comparing yourself to other people and then not doing something just because you don't feel as good as they are at whatever can be a very unhealthy modality of operating.
Waste of time.
Marked waste of time.
Not going to do you any good. Doesn't matter what they're doing. And I do love the if you believe in a product and you use this and you want it, like, that's why you should be selling it. I hate selling things to people. I used to do a lot of massage jobs, like in spas, where they would have like either some kind of quota we had to meet for upselling our services, or like, you would make more money by adding in things like aromatherapy or what. So you get the guest to the room as a massage therapist and like, well, this is like the best thing in the world that you got to try it. Da, 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 da. We had the hustlers, man, that were just like good at it. And I'm like, I don't like the smell of the oil.
They're right. So how could I possibly like?
How am I supposed to sell this?
Yeah.
And everybody's different. Maybe some people do like it. Maybe some don't. I don't want you to buy it if you're not feeling it, So that has been hard to put myself out there to sell myself. But at the same time, I'm like, I look at how other people present themselves and what makes me want to jump on board with something.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's like, one, like an energetic resonance, and two, like a solution to a problem that I can relate to.
Totally.
Like, yeah, that is me. I can relate to you. I need that,
Yeah, or at least an authenticity in the person
Mhm.
that it's like, I'm not selling you this to upsell you. I'm selling you this because I genuinely believe this product is really good and you should have a part of it. Like, I'm not going to sell you something that's full of a bunch of shit fragrances and everything else. Like, no, if I wouldn't put it on my body, if I wouldn't ingest it, then I'm not giving it to anybody else or selling it to anybody else. Couldn't do it with and be able to sleep at night.
Exactly. And it's like, and this is like maybe going a little off subject, but I just have like an entrepreneurial brain, so I've always like started things. So Gladius or whatever I'm working on, I've gone through series of new businesses and different things, and there's been questions asked to me before when I've written business plans of like, what is your target audience, or what is your marketing target market?
Okay, yeah, target market. There it is.
And I'm like, anybody who will buy it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Anybody that could benefit from this. Yeah.
But what I have learned is that your target market is you. And it's you before you had the problem. It's you 3 years ago. It's you 6 months ago. And yeah, we want to magnetize our tribe that is like us.
Totally.
So it's like, that makes total sense.
And that feels, what's the word I'm looking for? Just feels either invigorated or enlivened, but like, yes, okay, those are all my sorts of things. You know what I mean? That's in my vein.
Yeah.
And wouldn't want to give something to somebody else that I wouldn't take as good advice or a good product on my own. Even you receive like gifts at holidays and Christmas or whatever, beauty products and this and that. And it's like,
nah,
probably
not me.
And it's like, what am I going to do with it? I'm not going to give it away as a gift to
No,
somebody I know.
We don't know if they like it. It's going to the thrift store.
Going to the thrift store.
Somebody's going to get a killer deal.
Yeah, and that needs a product right now that can't, afford the higher end thing. And that's where it maybe belongs as the stair step for somebody else. So I resonate with that a lot.
Yeah. It's good to have it. It always is I think in all of our conversations comes back to being authentic.
Talk about highest frequency or something that one might be working to attain, above the level of love is the level of authenticity, and it is the most magnetic emotion that you can embody. So if you're not living in that full authenticity, people can sense it. Whether or not they can mark it, they can sense it.
Yeah.
And that creates resistance.
Yeah. So what are you working on next? Because I don't think that we've talked about this lately, but I know that you are, in my opinion, pretty expert at a lot of things. But, there's a lot of things that you're really great at, and we've talked a lot about what you want to do. Are you looking at, like, putting yourself out there in any leadership roles soon, or?
I guess leadership role wouldn't have been the word that I thought of, but I do operate well in a leadership role when it comes to organizing a multifaceted
I want you in
operation.
Charge of anything that I'm doing.
Yes. Because
I want you in charge of everything.
And I'm good at taking that charge. If I understand your goal, I understand your problems, and I understand the materials that you're working with, then I can find the solutions to all of that and make everything pan out fluidly from event production to, structuring a cleanse or structuring a
Anything.
mental change habit. Yeah, I that talent of mine is really applicable in a lot of different fields. And so the project management thing, it's not just a professional thing, it's a personal thing too. It's how I run my life. I run my life in projects.
If you want to participate in a cleanse while you're putting on a production and
Exactly.
also doing, if you got 3 goals,
yeah, sometimes
you're
I
gonna set it up.
feel like you know how you feed things into the AI system. At this point, I want this, this,
Oh
this,
man,
and
I
this.
love it so much.
And so I feel like I can be that sounding board, like, hey, I want to do this, 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 and this. Like, can you create a pathway?
Yeah.
It's like, totally, just give me 48 hours.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So I really do appreciate that. And I've been working really hard to accept that has a place in all of the different areas that I have interest in, from the healing arts to the spiritual community to event production to
Did you
writing.
feel like it didn't before? Was that something that you believed?
Yeah, it felt like I needed to step out of my professional project management role in order to serve in a different way. But I've never envisioned myself as like the white cloaked woman on a pillow telling everybody, leading everybody through a thing.
Yeah.
I've started more seeing myself, it's like, she does that and she does it really well. And I want to support her in her white cloaked pillow leadership role, sitting and heading the retreat. Like, I can manage all of the facets that make that moment feel seamless and effortless.
That's what your passion is.
It is. And I had to accept that I didn't need to come out of that role in order to be of service. So now I'm just exploring it, and I'm really excited to explore how I can expand my project management role into fields that are really resonant in my heart.
What you love.
Yeah.
But did you feel like that wasn't a need in that world?
Yeah,
100%. You felt like it had to be separate.
I feel like I had to learn how to teach yoga. I got to learn how to give a speech. I got to learn how to run a retreat. I got to have this specific expertise that I can give out to other people.
But you are the expertise.
My area of expertise is coordinating things like that.
Oh my, there is such a niche for that, Kara, because the people leading these things, myself included, are pretty out there.
Well, and so we don't have to do that part.
We don't know how to put on this shit.
Exactly.
This niche might need you the most.
Maybe, yeah, because even like we were talking about a friend of yours where it's like, don't really want to anchor into the technology, want to continue remaining out in the ether, and don't want to have to anchor into the true business side of it.
I need to tell you a story.
Oh.
So there was a client I had last week, and this story is exactly what you're talking about. This is gonna validate you.
Wonderful.
She went to a yoga retreat in Hawaii. Okay. Doesn't do yoga a lot. That's besides the point. She's a wonderful client. Had this amazing retreat. And she's the kind of person that she could put this stuff on and be in charge of running it. She has her shit together. Amazing. So she goes to this retreat in Hawaii with her daughter. It's lovely. She loves everything about the yoga. She loves just everything. But there was an excursion that they had the option for to go to this national park. And at the national park, the people that chose to go were dropped off, and they were told that if you're not to the parking lot by 5:30, this is the only shuttle out of here. So you're going to get left in the dark at the national park. So there was an option of hiking to waterfalls, which they didn't recommend, but my client had been to these waterfalls before, and there were a few other ladies that were super duper in shape, and they were ready to rock and roll and go to this waterfall. So they go. There's another lady that ends up on the trail to the waterfalls. Very long story short, the lady that was having trouble, the last lady to go, didn't have any food or water with her and struggled the entire way. Barely made it up. Couldn't really make it down, so much so that they were rotating people to stay with her to haul ass down the mountain to get to this shuttle.
By 5:30.
Yeah. Couldn't make it. The other two ladies had to beeline and go to make it. So my client stays with this person because she's like, I'm not leaving a man down. I am making
no man
sure,
left behind.
And the other woman is crying. She can't make it. There's all these things coming up. They're at a retreat. She was already, had stuff coming up. They get down. the shuttle's gone, everything. Last people leaving are starting their car, and my client begs them for a ride. No problem. They give him a ride back to the resort. My client sits on this for a while and is actually livid at the retreat leader and is like, how could you put this together and not do this?
Not have a fail-safe for that sort of scenario.
There's a confrontation later where my client tells her, like, I think this is amazing, but it's insane to me that you could put this together and allow people to be left. And she said something along the lines of, if they're all adults and they have the information, that's on them. And my client disagreed with her and said, this is your retreat and you should have a level of responsibility to the people here. She could have been outside. What if somebody broke a leg?
I was just going to say, what if somebody broke their fucking ankle out there and it was an accident type of thing, not a lack of personal responsibility.
And the end of the story, my client was like, she's great, but what she needs is an event coordinator to put together this kind of thing, and then everything would be golden. So
there you have it,
And that's not the only story like that in the world,
100%. Yeah. And I would love to offer my service to people like that are willing to admit they need some help putting it on, because that's the other barrier when it comes to project managing is people don't want to be managed.
Yeah.
People want to be able to do it all on their own. People don't want support.
I would love to be managed.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, I don't have the money to do that, but I'm trying to get out of that
state of mind.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm rolling into the age of like, let me have a project manager, because I can't wear, it's too much stress to wear all the hats. And I've done that. We had, at the beginning of Gladius, we had shows literally here at the ranch where my business partner and I would put on the shows and also cook all of the food for all of the people that came to our free show. And
then perform in said show.
So I remember running into the house and putting like chicken wings in the oven and running out to do an act and like running back into the house.
Oh, Alethea.
Before the barbecue.
God bless
Insanity.
Super insanity. And you can feel how stretched thin one gets, especially as you expand yourself. Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't want to live like that anymore.
No. Well, and somebody that is talented in such a multifaceted way that you are, with all of these yoga and tai chi and vaulting and performing, and you do manage really well. I mean, you've kept all of this swirling
somewhat together.
But how thin can one roll the sourdough? You know what I mean?
And how much better could it be if there was if somebody else helping?
If that pressure of ensuring that every other facet was moving and operating while you were focused on facilitating and focused on, the well-being and the joy of everyone that's participating in whatever it is that you're hosting. Yeah, would have to feel amazing.
Amazing. And I believe that we have talked ourselves in a circle right now, leading us to, if anybody is interested in a retreat, we have a very capable leader and a very capable
very true
project manager here.
So up for hire on that front. Yeah, because your talents are applicable in so many different fields, as well are mine. They're just very different. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that vote of confidence. And yeah, I'm really excited to explore more of that, and being here with you more consistently over the past year has really bred those light bulb moments at a faster rate, where it's like, oh, wait, it doesn't have to be limiting.
No.
I don't have to limit myself and say, oh, well, I'm, got to step out of project management if I want to get in my white robe and, lead the retreat. And it's like, maybe that's not really, because I've never felt called to sit in that seat.
Yeah.
But I want to contribute. I want to be of service. I believe so deeply in the healing arts and the healing modalities of working with energetics. And I'm very passionate about that sphere. So I would love to step into it and bring all of my talent with me where I feel
it checks out energetically for what's going on right now. Because we all have said we're feeling all of our worlds just merge into one. And like, you know, I've heard people say this on social media, and business coaches of my past is like, you are the niche. There isn't like a niche we have to go in. We are the niche.
So just observe that and pay attention and
you
step
can
into
have it all. You can be the person that does those types of things and play the role that you love to play.
Totally, yeah. Because hi Harley, she's got a little dog hand on my back.
She's so comfortable.
Harley.
She loves it.
Yeah, so I'm really thankful for when I wish I could remember off the top of my head when that moment hit me. Like, oh,
was it this year?
It was this year. Well, 1,000%. It was probably 3 or 4 months ago. I'm trying to remember what conversation that I was having. I was like, oh,
I love that.
Bring this project management experience into the sphere of spirituality and of the healing arts. And it totally has a place.
Of course.
So yeah, just getting to play with that in my mind and see how it could work. And especially because not only speaking just in terms of you and your multifaceted talents, I can turn in a 360-degree circle, and at every degree there's a talented person that's an actor, a painter, a writer, a yoga instructor, a welder, an engineer, a coder. It's like I have no one of each. So it's like, how can I bring these people together to create this space that I have in my mind, where we all get to converge and bring our talents to the table to lift each other up and to inspire one another and
I bet in your body that feels really exciting. Just that question feels really exciting.
It does.
Yeah. Which is when you know that that's the right direction.
Something worth following. It definitely is, because as much as I love writing and as much as I love herbalism and as much as I love, working with the power of the mind, I feel like those are just like tiny facets of this massive wave of support and of creativity that I could bring to essentially, because those skills are applicable to any field, more or less.
And it's interesting to me because, I go through phases with falling in and out of love with everything that I do. And it's like, I'm supposed to love horses and I'm supposed to love this and I'm supposed to love massage, but like, what actually lights me up right now? What feels exciting to me? Not teaching horseback riding lessons, like not even a little bit. That's makes me feel ugh. Man, doing massage, I'm feeling more burnt out than anything. But like putting this on, doing things with you, where I'm like exploring, talking about these conversations and doing anything with Sabrag, like business adventure wise, of like, oh, what can we put out for courses, building new things like that. Like that is the kind of thing that makes me feel like excited right now. Like the full body, kind of excited.
Totally. And just allowing your mind to kind of tweak, like with the massage, where it's like, okay, I've got 20 years of experience in massage. It's a great money maker, but it extracts a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. How can I still honor that talent and honor all of that energy that I've put into that talent and just pivot, just tweak it a little bit, just micro tuning your talents to better suit your energy output and to not be extracting so much, but still being able to serve in a really big and broad way. You know what I mean?
Or maybe putting it on a shelf for a while, or maybe like burning it all to the ground and never doing it again.
Right. But you'll never know if you don't just sit with it and explore it and see what you need from it or for it to feel better in the body. Really wonderful stuff.
It is. I'm excited for all of it. All the things.
Me too. And I think the more that you allow that, the possibility of it changing, it's all of a sudden these big two doors open up and it's like there's all these corners and all these options and you're like, oh my gosh, well now I can sit here for a while and really just explore the whole thing.
That's it, is like the allowing the possibility of it changing, because it's expected. You like horses, you like massage, so it's grilled into those are the things I like and want to do, but it's like, no, I'm gonna allow it just to open up and see what is really feeling good right now, and then go that direction.
And how can I take all of the time that I've put towards either of those things and still and take all of that knowledge and just do something different with it. You know, teach an online course, do a webinar, you know, like put up a YouTube video, whatever. And it's like, and it's reaching more people than it would on an individual basis. It's not taking as much of your energy to put it out there. And you're still getting to utilize all of that experience. It's not like you just have to like bury that version of yourself.
Yeah, it builds to the next thing. It just gives you, it's just makes you grow.
Compound interest.
Yeah, compound interest.
Greatest force in the universe.
Yes.
It really is. I believe that.
Yeah.
In my core. So yeah, thank you for the reminder about that, and that everybody is full of their own little talents and full of their own little contributions to the world, and it just takes being present with it to explore it, and also releasing your grip on it and not holding it rigidly and saying it's got to be like this or this or bust, you know.
Yeah.
This or bust, Harley.
Yeah. Big stretch.
Stretchies. My beautiful girl. So
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Good reminders today.
Definitely. Drop the resistance to change, and it will free up space and energy. So thank you so much again for facilitating this and bringing me into it. And
you're welcome.
Introducing me to these wonderful people and really giving me a peer deeper into what the intricacies of what you guys do here with Gladius the show, and really getting to see how each of that, how it all comes together, you know, and what goes into it. It was just really, really cool. And
it was cool.
Soul-filling.
Yes. So. Thanks for being here. Me and Kara, we're just going to profess our love for each other in every episode.
It's going to be perfect. And then you'll start professing your love to the people that you love more, and it'll just ripple on out.
It's the ripple effect.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
We appreciate you, and
we'll
we will
see you next time.